Artificial intelligence, it's not an emerging technology, it's a transformational journey for the professionals and chartered accountants. Today we are going to launch a podcast related to AI committee, and today is going to be a first one, and we have our guest with us. First, our chairman sir, Umesh sir, and our vice chair, Daya sir. Today we are going to launch a podcast and we're going to share what are the past, present and future of the AI. And for that, we have the esteemed guest with us and we are going to discuss how it's going to be transformational for the ICI and for the fraternity. So, Daya sir and Umesh sir, welcome to our podcast. So firstly, question to you, Umesh sir. What was the vision behind starting this AI and what was the vision behind the AICI behind starting this AI committee?
Thank you, Chartered Accountant Preeti. It's a nice initiative that our committee has started this podcast series, and this is the second year of AI in ICI committee. And this question is relating to the vision of AI in ICI. And we have with us the founder chairman, the former chairman of AI in ICI committee, and this question is much suitable to him. So, Daya sir, I request you to please give your word of wisdom.
Thank you very much, Umesh. And I think, first of all, giving that privilege of giving a response to the first ball itself is the biggest thing. तो जैसा पहले क्रिकेट में बॉल आता है and the person who plays the first shot, when he has transferred that first shot to me, I think it is my responsibility to make it more clearer. The one thing which is very important about the institute is if you go back in the history of 75 years, most of the institute initiatives have been very forward-looking. When you talk about peer review, when you talk about DISA, when you talk about forensic, and one such thing is where we have been way ahead of the entire globe is AI. Last year, when this AI committee was formed with a very clear vision that there's something which we need to do because it's becoming a buzzword. When you talk about sustainability, also we have done the same way. And today, what has happened is when we thought how empowerment of members can actually be there and how it can be effectively utilized, the then president has thought about in a very futuristic manner and formed this particular committee. Where the deliberation came is whether AI is within ICI or whether it is for ICI as a whole, whether it is members, student, employees, organization as a whole. So the final outcome you have seen, where the vision converted into a fact that where we have grown today is that place where no one has reached till date. Training the number of chartered accountants, training the employees of the institute, training the students of the institute, then now people are watching us on a continuous basis. So this vision has come from very simple fact that over a period of time skilled labor is not available, or skilled resources not available, not labor, skilled resources are not available. Now what is happening is in the historical data, a lot of references need to be done. So where people are not available, which was once upon a time very big support to our ecosystem was there for our members, like articles, staff and all, and today that has been widespread. That is becoming a challenge. So the accuracy of data and responsiveness has to be actually considered. A limitation of people has given opportunity to AI to make it bigger. Where today my chartered accountant, even if he's sitting alone in office, we have seen Umesh bhai, lot of examples, lot of cases where people have come forward and told us that, look, we don't have people, but only because of CAGPT, we are attaching our notice and we get the response back and we are able to quickly edit it. So it was, focus was to cover that gap of skilled resource and ensure that the quality delivery of chartered accountant is happening without any confusion. So this I think is a very simple way of putting it forward.
Absolutely, sir. And by this step, you have taken the ICI to very next level. So from this question, I got one more question. So from this, you have started the initiative, right? After that, what kind of achievements and milestones we are looking for in the AI community?
See, if we see for the achievements and milestones, achievement number 1, we are the first in the world to launch AI certification courses for the members by any professional
It's
body.
applause for the ICI.
Yes.
So I
And
will give it.
yes,
Great result.
yes. Then we started with CAGPTs. Then we started with hackathons. We started with employees hackathons, and then for students also we launched GPT. And the milestone that we have achieved is phenomenous, because in 75 years of ICI history, no certificate course within short span of time has crossed the numbers of the batches which are there. And in future, we are coming with level 2 of AI certificate batch. We are also coming with new season of hackathon, and we are planning some new initiatives of AI tools. Now the podcast. Now we are also planning for an AI agent avatar to give the digital news relating to AI to our members and students, which will be a trademark of AI in ICI.
Sir, I've seen your videos are already doing the AI avatars, and that was a remarkable thing. But sir, many people are not aware about it. What is AI? What AI course is all about? So, there, sir, I want to ask you, what AI course is all about, and what kind of skill developments we are focusing on this AI course?
I'll pick it up from the point which I ended. Primarily, when we are talking about a situation where I don't have resources, right, in my office. Second side is I need to still deliver.
True.
That is one thing. And the expectation from the regulator, the government has been very high. That means my accuracy has to be perfect. I cannot actually go wrong now. So even the comma, full stop, or might be the sentence which I mean has to actually have the right reference. So considering this, when you talk about the certification course, we have taken 9 modules in certification course. It is a 3-day course,
Okay.
9 modules out of it, and that 9 modules, the beauty is that, whether it is a youngest person or a senior most person, technically what has been happening is, when a young person, the DNA of a chartered accountant cannot be changed. So at the age of 80 also, we had people participating in AI certification course. You can imagine what it means. So what has happened is 9 modules which are being made in such format that a small portion is on a theoretical part, and the balance, I think 70% of the course is more practical oriented. Yes,
Yes,
Absolutely.
practical oriented. You have attended the
Yes,
course,
sir, yes,
right?
absolutely.
So what happens is a person has to come along with their laptop. This is all physical training. There are many questions which has come to us to ask whether we can make it virtual. It cannot be made virtual. So skill development is one word which need to be, you have to do it with your own hands. That is the experience which we want. So people came in the classrooms across the country. I think more than 100 plus branches
Yes.
have already conducted the AI certification course. 50, 60, 70 people are sitting in one classroom with their own laptop, experimenting their own ways, how to download, how to put in, how to do it. And the most important thing which we have done was looking at one particular batch where we both were attending
Yes.
the batch. So a very old man was sitting there and he was trying to understand where it is going. That day we took a call. That was, I think, 4th or 5th batch if I'm
In
not wrong.
Hyderabad.
In Hyderabad. So we decided that day, if any senior person is coming, the best way is to give him an assistance of young person. So the seniors have to always sit next to a young person. So the skill development when we are talking about, if I am young and he is senior, or he is young, I am senior. So what will happen is I'll explain the next person as a fatherly person, and then they take them through the process. And the surprise is this entire thing has converted into a level where a person of age 82 years has taken a training, and we have a person who is at the age of 23, 24 has taken a training. So you can imagine the bandwidth and the size. I think we have crossed more than 10,000 people in less than 6 months, which I think practically is not possible. Across the board, physical training has not happened. This is not income tax, this is not GST, this is not bank audit. This is technology, and people are adopting technology for their ease. I think that itself is the biggest success. So skill development is the answer.
It's truly a mesmerizing experience when you are into the AI batch and 3 generations are together to learn this AI. I've attended the batch, I've seen a newly qualified, I am there, I have 10 years of experience. Another person is there, is a very, very experienced one of the age of 60, 70, 80 that you are saying.
Yes.
And the experience is complete like that. We are not tech person, even that we are learning it. So this is so beautiful thing that we are using the Python codes and we are not generating it. But from that aspect, how we are going to elaborate and how we are going to adopt this technology into our profession, and what kind of use cases we are going to use in that. So, sir, a question to you. AI is completely about the technology, but we are not tech persons. So, how we are converting this into use cases, and how IC is taking a step forward?
Yes, Preeti, it's a very good question. Actually, when Daya sir said about the certificate courses, we have three types of certificate courses. First one was level 1, that is AI in my office, a CA adopting AI in office. Now level 2 is AI at my client's office. So it's a more of a revenue model.
Okay.
And then comes my own AI tools, which will be more a techno savvy. But while doing this, technology is changing, and what the people are learning, whether they are learning as per the ICI's motto, that adoption of technology. So what we have done, that we launch use cases through hackathons. We made like डांस इंडिया डांस कंपटीशन रहता है, वहाँ पर हर एक जन आके 10 मिनट के लिए अपना एक प्रेजेंट करता है, तो हमने वैसा ही किया कि हैकेथॉन करें. So for hackathon season 1 and season 2, we made it open that if you know any use case, you know the problem, how to generate a balance sheet schedule from the use of AI tool, you present it. Anybody from drafting skill, you present it. From presentation skill, you present it. So from across India, we got very good response for hackathons. And what we have done at AI in ICA, we have made a manual of the use cases. We have made a 10-minute video of that use cases that are all available on the website. So people are lively looking it. They are also giving ranking like Dance India Dance, which is the best use cases, and we are giving award to them. And for this hackathon 3 season, which we are launching from March 25, this will be only for the people who have already participated in certificate courses. तो इसकी हमने और एक लेवल अप कर दी. तो अब ये और ज़्यादा सुपरफाइन और ज़्यादा फोकस ओरिएंटेड है कि प्रैक्टिस में लगने वाले प्रॉब्लम्स के यूज केसेस. So that is our purpose of this hackathon and use cases.
Just to add, Preeti, in this particular thing is, if you just for the audience to know, this hackathon concept has been introduced by Umesh. Very clear.
It's a very real one.
I tell you one thing, though I was a chairman last year, but I do not hesitate to give all the credit of hackathon to Umesh only for one reason, that this idea when it came, we were thinking whether it is going to work or not. It is going to work or not. Who is going to participate? How is it going to come? What is going to come? Now today the stage has come where people have actually pulled out the GST data from the GST side, income tax data from the income tax side. They have pulled out, multiple financial data. They did so many things, and that is in 10 minutes. And wherever we are going now, as a council member or as a for any other event, everyone is coming and saying, sir, that hackathon event, I think Vishnu was telling that, that videos to be removed from the site because code of ethics have come for the elections. So what has happened, he pulled out the entire videos, and the problem was that everyone is calling us, why is the video pulled out, why is the video pulled out? And हम उनको समझाते थे कि भैया ये code of ethics है, we cannot. So will you stop teaching? That was the statement people made.
Yes.
And it was very difficult for people to come in. So many people now in the offices, by this use cases, when you talk about the use cases particularly, the fun is this guy has made one more miracle which he missed out telling. You know what he does? He tells every person that you take one video, you get all people together in one office and watch this video.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is happening? Everyone is excited. So in his own office, this guy has done one more interesting fact that he made, like which I am trying to do now, which he already did.
Yes.
That the hackathon was being done by their own staff
Within my office.
So these are all things which are actually giving
Improvement
this.
starts from there.
Yeah. So used case. No, this is something when we are using it in our
Using it.
home, that we confidently can put before people. So this entire AI learning experience has been like this. First, let us learn and then put it before people. Learn, then again put it before people.
And
So
and what sir has given us frankly speaking, we both together miserably failed in our first
First
attempt of
attempt.
AI. It was 1.5 year earlier.
Okay.
So we thought
No one knows
having,
this.
uh,
No one knows this.
So you have revealed the secret right now.
that I think sometime later we'll
Yes.
talk about the success and failures of, and the
Yes.
failure doesn't stop you, you know. The failures actually give you a reason to put one more effort.
Yes.
So that is what we have done. Unfortunately, we both were there at that time also,
Yes.
and we continued last time also. And this year is going to be more interesting.
So hackathon was a very inspirational thing, and hackathon was the only video that inspires me to start the AI level 1 course. And I've done it, and I was so obliged and so blessed. Yes, I am able to use AI for myself at least right now.
Right.
Yes, level 2 is for the for other offices, for their clients, like,
Next level.
for next level. And everybody is very excited about it. When it's going to
Yeah.
launch, when it's going to
Everyone
launch.
is asking me.
True, everyone is asking. And I have seen hackathons, they are more of concentrating on CA-GPT.
Yeah.
Right? And they're generating, I guess, the data that we are surprised to see that CA-GPT is generating this much of data. That means we are not need to do anything and just give the instruction and everything is in front of us. So what kind of initiatives the ICI have done in CA-GPT that we really want to know about it?
The CAGPT, I think, is a history, but what I want to do is, this is out of this entire discussion, I want my man to come once on the screen, because here people have to see his face. Come,
Definitely.
Our
Definitely.
secretary
The six
Vishnu, that
secretary to
we are all, he is our
He's selflessly working for the
I think you can
profession,
just go a little down, you want in the camera, so that people should see him. Because this Trimurti actually had made that wonders for all of you people. Thank you, Vishnu, for being there. So this is a CAGPT. It was a big failure.
Was a big
Yeah.
failure.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
when we
started. It was like, you know, sometime later we'll talk about the detail, because it is, we have to restrict our this thing. But one night this actually turned out to be
Okay.
something magical. वो बोलते ना, अगर तुम दिल से कुछ अच्छा करना चाहो अपने members, अपने students के लिए,
कायनात.
पूरी कायनात अपने साथ लग जाती है. Honestly, I think, correct Vishnu, that was a fact. President was trusting us that, you know, we are going to launch the first GPT in the world,
5 July.
1st July.
Plus on CA day.
Plus, that is on CA Day, 75th year completion, celebration, this, so many things. And one day night, one day before the night, and there is a major disaster happening that, you know, this is not going to work out. And I had to take a flight. I was supposed to come the next day morning. Imeji came one day before, and Vishnu was working on it. Then I was being told to come. Tak 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 tak. I came running here. We created this GPT, but this GPT which has been created, I think this is the love of our members, our students, our society, which has trusted this institute so much that within no time this GPT, which we three got together and created, it worked.
Yes.
It just worked.
Yes.
And rest is the history. Today when you talk about every committee, that day we launched only 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
7 GPT.
7 GPTs we launched. No, we started with 3 and we ultimately landed with 7.
7.
Okay.
And
So-
with the restriction of 705.
7,500
Okay.
prompts.
Rounds was there.
Then we went up to a level where, you know, these GPTs, all committees we found. Then the story comes in and say that, okay, we'll put the Constitution of India for the first time. Then we went up to a level where we talked about, you know, VAT and UAE, VAT and corporate tax GPT.
Okay.
Then we went up to a level where we created 5,000 listed company financial statement, which is nowhere in the world. I can confidently say there is no other regulator in the country and internationally which has created its own GPT of 5,000 listed company balance sheets. Today you can do any kind of analysis. What does it actually mean? Just now, example, Umeji is working on one more project, bank projects are going to come. So we are creating along with WASB one particular GPT which is only going to focus on bank audits. So you put a query in the bank with regards to bank audit this thing, from the institute guidance note, the answer is going to come and that will be provided. So these GPTs have actually become a boon for our members because the huge data of publications which has been released by ICF, whether in form of guidance note, whether in form of standards, whether in form of technical guides, whether in form of any other publication. How many things you are going to remember? And this is a professional organization which is going to have a lot of publications. So we got all these publications together at one particular point, which is called CAGPT. And today, the surprise is people can attach a notice of income tax or GST most complex notices can be responded by our GPT itself. How many prompts we have completed by now?
3 lakh plus.
3 lakh plus prompts. That means we have trained our own GPT to a level where 3 lakh different questions are being asked on the same thing. And just imagine the kind of maturity which we are getting. Some people, yes, write message. There are certain people who give constructive criticism, not criticism, I will say.
That help us to improve.
That helps us to improve, and we are thankful to all those people who give that constructive criticism to us, saying ये बराबर नहीं आ रहा, वो बराबर नहीं आ रहा. Thank you very much. भैया दे दो हमको, हम देख लेंगे. Then our internal team actually works on it, works on it, give it back. Now the stage has come where the ChatGPTs are being so effectively used by members and students.
Yes.
What inspires you to start this GPT? Because ChatGPT was already there. So we start a CAGPT. So what
Yeah.
inspires you to start a CAGPT?
See, there is a platform which is called OpenAI. On the OpenAI platform, there is a product called or car called ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
There is one more car created by name of ChatGPT. Technically, this is more focused based on the publications of ICA versus ChatGPT is very general. You do a comparison of ChatGPT response or any other GPT in any other AI form, and you compare it with the results which are given by ChatGPT. Huge amount of difference is there. Accuracy is much better. Might be we have not achieved 100%. We don't want to achieve 100% also. Even if it is 90%, it is very good. We are up to 95, 98% if I am not wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So technically you can imagine today all these publications, wherever I want to do example, I need to issue a certificate of net worth. Honestly, I was not knowing, I know that is different. I was not knowing where this format is available. Today the format actually pulls out all the information, you put the data in and everything in the line which is required as per ICI is given to us. So these are all things, as I told again, availability of people. There is a crisis is always a mother of invention. No? So this is also one more invention which has actually given us the confidence that both of us could come together and do something so good for the profession that and surprisingly our secretary whom you just met, he is not a chartered accountant, he is a technology man. So now combining chartered accountancy and technology,
Fintech.
you can see the magic.
Now it's the fintech.
Yeah, that is the magic which is.
That is the magic. In front of us, that is CAGPT.
Yes.
And we have achieved many milestones, and everyone is so excited about it. ICA has done this, ICA has done this, ICA has done this. And actually, we are blessed that we have ICA and we are part of ICA. But we are looking forward to it, sir. What kind of initiatives further ICA is going to introduce in this AI country?
In this year 25-26, yesterday we finished the meeting of our AI and ICA committee, and there we are proposed and we are confident and sure that the level 2 of AI in ICI certificate course will come up. The level 2 will be around for 5 days. Out of that, we are planning 1 or 2 days for the virtual and 3 days for the physical training, and also a sandbox approach online, giving some tools and giving Python and giving some use cases and problem statement so they can log in and they can do it. So we can map how the coding and how the problem solving attitude of the participants have been up. And further, we are planning special certificate courses for the employees of ICI at the different CVs, Jaipur, Hyderabad, Kolkata, even in Delhi and regional offices in Chennai, Mumbai. That certificate courses will be planned in such a way that an employee can join, and it will be more of an in-house capacity building of our employees for to use AI technologies, because the members are now adopting, and that was our focus intention. See, if you see the students which are now coming in the AI chartered accountancy course, they are having a good technological knowledge and they are having a good edge of AI.
They're born with the technology.
Yes.
behind.
So, and the issue before ICI was, what about the CS who have already passed on? So that was the level 1 course. But now we have achieved a certain stage that 15,000 CAs have already done. For this year, we are planning 350 to 500 certificate courses of batch 1 and 100 batches of level 2. That is our target.
Okay.
So we are having a very aggressive start. So for that we have done FDP for 2 batches. Now FDP 3 is also planning month of April. So more, and now we are coming with a new concept, that is batch co-pilot. A fresh member who has joined FDP, so he is a faculty, but before he going to take the course or as a speaker, he will be there for 3 days with the participants and these existing speakers
Okay.
for hand holding and also for problem solving, and he will be groomed for the next batch to take up. So a batch co-pilot concept we are coming up, so we can have members, further we for employees we can take up, and for some government and private organization also the request have come to us that why ICI is not training them. So we are planning a certificate or a training course, not a certificate course, but a training course for these type of organizations. Further, we are also written to our global AI organizations, UNESCO, WTO, global AI bodies, that ICI is now ready to partner with them. First year was a year that we were testing ourselves. Now a confidence has come up because of Daya sir and all our council members and members support. Now we are ready to take a global step. So we have already connected with the global organizations. We have sent them request, and also for collaboration, for knowledge partnership, for global conferences and for the courses. So hope that something good will happen in this year and we can find AI in ICI at a global stage also.
Just one point.
Sure, sir.
Very nicely is put forward about what we are going to do on the international footprint. One thing which I am pretty confident from our institute point of view, that we will be the biggest use case of the world.
It's already, I guess.
Yeah, I think we are, but thing is you need to actually go and compete somewhere to know that you are already there. So that today we are self-claiming, but the point is it has to come from somewhere. Now the point is that use case why I talked about is the GPT, the use of GPT, the maturity of GPT, and the certification courses, physically training 10,000 plus people in a period of 200 with 200 batches. I don't think any institute has done this. I think we should be proud that our own institute has gone to a level where we have a use case of training 10,000 people sitting in a classroom physically, not virtually.
But this
Many other bodies are actually doing a virtual classroom
virtual
sessions.
classrooms.
So that is actually a different thing. अगर हम आज virtual चालू कर दें तो 2 लाख पहुंच जाएंगे
हाँ,
easily. वो कोई पहुंच ही नहीं सकता हमारे बराबर. But the fact is, it is not a pride for both of us or for the institute. The pride is that the members are so positive. We are receiving it, and I think the world is also going to learn from us.
Yes,
So
yes.
hearing the future aspects, I'm already very excited because I've done the level 1 and I'm excited what will be in the dev level 2.
Yes.
And the description the sir has provided, I was like, it's time to start for the level 2. Let's
Yes.
hear it, what will we going to do. But sir, every time we're going to start something, it's always challenging aspect. And AI was a completely new one for each one of us. And you know about it, we are not tech people. And we have to teach the non-tech people the technology through the AI. So it's obviously will be very challenging. So what kind of challenges you have faced, and how we're going to cope up with that, and what kind of technology issues were there and ethical issues were there in that?
See, ethical, I'll talk about it later. But before that, I'll put it this way: challenges, yes, we were zero. If you ask me, when we came, this committee was formed. I got a call from President saying, "They have one more thing for you." I said, what? Because every year they have been giving me something new to do. So I have been doing that way only in last 6 years. So there was 6th year in which he called up and said, there is something new for you. I said, what? He said, I have formed a new committee which is called AI in ICI. So what do I do there? So I don't even know. And from there was the story. And that was the time where I had certain other in-person matters which I had to resolve because my daughter was studying and all those things. 1 month, I think we have not done anything. And then Umid also called up and said, "भाई क्या करना है इसमें? मैं बोला शुरू किया तो बेटी को संभालने दो फिर बात करते हैं." So that is how this journey started. When Vishnu called up, Vishnu also said, "Sir, इसमें रखना क्या है? मतलब निकाल के बनाते हैं." From making the terms of reference to what we are today, you can imagine. There is a book where I don't know whether you read it or not. This is called Zero to One.
True.
Right? There is a book called Zero to One. If anyone has not read, my request is to read. You people read that book.
And that is also the tagline for our annual report.
Annual report, perfectly.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is called Zero to One. We were nowhere. We didn't even know what, कौन से आदमी को ढूंढेंगे, किसको बोलेंगे, क्या करेंगे. Just imagine, we had to go to a level where we had to touch and understand. It is, as I told, it is not some subject matter. हमको ये भी पता नहीं कि हम ट्रेन कर सकेंगे, नहीं कर सकेंगे, whether this committee will fly or it will not fly. But the kind of focus we were working on, and then ultimately we got the reasoning, understanding of the reasoning why AI can be, how AI can be used. That was the challenge where we thought, first, I think firms which are suffering. The people working in organizations are suffering because huge data is coming. Now, data analytics, when you talk about what is data analytics today, that I'm going to talk might be in some other podcast because now I've become chairman of the Digital Accounting and Insurance Board.
Okay.
So this committee has given me so many ideas for Digital Accounting and Insurance Board you can't even imagine. Now this part, to move up the ladder, was a challenge, undoubtedly. But yes, rest is a history. Everything we have discussed, he's already mentioned what all we have achieved and what we are planning to do about it. On the ethical consideration which I have suggestion for all you people is, see, this is only a support tool. It is not a replacement of a human. It is, when human is subjected to make mistakes, technology is subjected more to do mistakes because garbage in, garbage out. Now we have tried our level best to make it more finer and intuitive and engaging with members. But the point is, most of the people which we have understanding is like when you talk about a resume. A person has not gone through a great experience, but he is putting it in the chat GPT and telling it to draft a resume and give it to me. So then you are putting it before me. Ultimately, you have to go and face someone. That is the person who is going to interview. So the resume is not going to talk what you are. Similarly, when you are actually pulling out any responses from the GPTs, you need to read them. You cannot blindly follow it and just put it on the paper and sign it and give it to a client. Tomorrow, client is going to ask you questions of it. So the ethical considerations are from a point of view of what data you can share, what data you can use. And equally is when you create your own GPT, what data you can share and what are the locks you need to put around the GPT. Because my data should not be used by you or any other person. Or even in my office, my partners for that matter. So ethical considerations is going to be one of the most important aspect in level 2.
Yes, and we are going to publish book on that.
Yeah. So that is something which is
Ethics.
ethical.
Yes.
Yeah. Ethical standards which are to be followed in the AI. Otherwise, it's very easy to find. So these ethical considerations are going to play a very important role. आपको अपने आप के साथ compare करना है, not with the GPT. What is going to be given there and what you are. It will be a naked eye truth. Short.
Okay.
So ICI is already at a digital platform. ICI is already at MUs with a different chapter that is a global establishment, I guess, right? So how AI is going to combine this with the global opportunities?
Yeah. If you see, we already crossed level 1. That
Yes.
AI in my office. We are planning for level 2. That AI at client location. And in level 3 is my own AI tools. Once our chartered accountant become technocrats and they launch their AI tools, we are also planning for hosting their AI tools
Okay.
on the various committees of ICI. And if that achieves, now the stage is set for the global. So we have Gulf, we have SAFA countries, we have CAFA countries. So we are also in a discussion, though it's a preliminary discussion, that whether we can have a body which deals with the AI related issues in our CA profession across the Gulf, CAFA, SAFA countries, and why not further global also. So that is in discussion with our related sir. So I will not talk much on that, but I hope that that should be achieved this year. And as regards the other global initiatives, we have already discussed.
Okay, so we're completely looking forward to it. So to end to it, sir, what kind of a message you want to give it to our CA members, and you are AI enthusiastic, want to learn something more. So what message you want to give it?
I think learning cannot stop. One thing is very visible from the number of people who have attended and the kind of demand which we have within 2 hours, the batches are getting full. Huge amount of pressure is coming on a continuous basis. So first and the foremost thing, I am really excited and happy that members are attending this particular certification course, and it has become more of a word of mouth publicity than we going and having attend. It's for the first time. It's not a GST course, it's not an income tax course, it's not a audit and insurance or company law course. It's basically learning AI because I am going to use it. And I think if this adoption mechanism is followed by our members and going forward the students, my personal request is don't make it as an excuse of your new learnings. Chartered accountant is always going to be recognized for his true knowledge, and that is the most important point. This is only a tool to push you forward, to support you in certain other form. Don't think it is going to replace this profession at any given point. It is not going to. Just example, when we are going to put all the case laws of income tax, and I say that okay, capital gains के अंदर मेरे को ये चीज़ के context के अंदर cases चाहिए, I'll get for and against case laws, right? And the application of my case is to be done by me, which is fitting into what. And if it is negative, I need to prepare it for better. If it is positive, let me go strongly and represent that matter with the offences. So this is where this need to be used. So knowledge is always going to be your repository. Experience is your repository. AI is only and only going to be your support tool, and there is a huge amount of evolution which is coming in here, and there are a lot of other things which we need to talk about in time to come. But yes, to start here itself is a new beginning for all of us. So that is what I want to tell, that look, you guys use this only as a support tool, not as a replacement to yourself. That is one message.
Sir, I have done AI course, right? In there they have taught a tool that was AI trained. There we have to compare the same data in a different GPTs. Right?
Correct.
Every time we are going to do it, every GPT is giving me the different data. इसका मतलब end of the time, it's only CA that you have to review the data. So that's a complete example. The AI is not going to replace a chartered accountant. Chartered accountant is the only authority that is going to review and give the presentations and the final aspect. Right? So this was, I guess, the closing aspect, that this is mandatory for us because the chartered accountant is a mandatory part of AI tool and technology and the CA profession. Right?
Yes.
So what was the closing aspect message from your side to our CA members?
See, as the chairman of AI and ICI committee, what I will request all the viewers is that please be free. WhatsApp groups are created. There is a platform available on our website. We have our social media handler. We have our able team of members, and one of the most important, the battery of speakers. Those who are working day and night. In the March month, we are having 40 batches. So we are very much thankful to all our faculties. They have put their sweat, their all efforts for making this certificate course successful. So our request to all participants is, please feel free to share their suggestions. Please feel free to share their issues. Our team is there and we are ready to accept whatever comes in our way and to clear the way for the future AI in ICI. Because as the name suggests, ICAI. So already AI is there in ICI.
True one.
So my
Very
request,
innovative.
yes. So my request is that we will keep our alma mater at the highest position because it has AI in ICI.
For automating the complex processes from generating the reports, from risk assessment to forecasting, I guess AI is actually revolutionizing the professionals. So we started from the past, present and future. So that means it's from where we are and where we want to be. I guess this podcast is definitely going to be helpful for you and make a vision to you what AI is and AI want to be. So thank you so much everyone for joining us, and thank you sir, thank you so much joining us, and let's see what AI is going to do it.